Well, being stung by a scorpion is never fun, but in the desert, it's a possibility. Now, one Valley woman is sharing her story. I think it's really important because this was a shocker to me.
Yeah, worse than the pain was the cost of her ER bill. Contact 13's Tricia Kean breaks down the steps you can take to avoid racking up a bill in the thousands.
It hurts. When you first get hit by it, it just really hurts.
Cheryl Barnson had a really bad encounter with a scorpion. It happened right in her own living room where she was barefoot. Cheryl says she put some ice on it, but it didn't help.
I started to feel, you start to get breathing problems. And then there's a funny thing, it makes your nose run. I could not stop the nasal drip.
It just got worse from there. Cheryl says her husband rushed her to Henderson Hospital when her lips went numb and she developed a weird taste in her mouth and throat.
Another side effect is on the way to the hospital, your vision starts to go twitchy, I guess I would call it. And your eyes just feel like they're crossing and you can't focus.
Doctors in the ER treated Cheryl with an anti-venom called Anascorp. Cheryl says it was slow to take effect. Doctors were considering more anti-venom, but decided to give the first round a little more time. Eventually, she began feeling more like herself.
When it started to kick in, I could feel it. My eyes immediately settled down. I was losing the nasal congestion or dripping.
Cheryl went home after 3 hours. Her next bad encounter came in the mail. Take a look at this ER bill, $18,246.
I was shocked when I saw that.
It could have been worse. Remember when we mentioned doctors were considering more anti-venom? Cheryl's bill shows a charge for a second vial that could have put the total at more than $36,000. The second charge was removed, and thankfully Cheryl has good health coverage. Medicare covered most of the bill, leaving her responsible for just under $1,000. But Cheryl is still puzzled.
How can they do that?
There are certain drugs, and again, I don't know antivenom prices or whatever, that are incredibly expensive.
Dr. Michael Gardner is a Vice Dean of Clinical Affairs and CEO of the UNLV School of Medicine. He says drug prices can jump dramatically from the pharmaceutical company to the middleman who sells them to hospitals or clinics.
And those costs get passed down.
But Dr. Gardner says hospital bills are always negotiable. It starts with your healthcare provider.
I'd be willing to bet next month's salary that Medicare did not pay that bill. They paid a negotiated rate, probably significantly less than that.
Once you get the final bill, Dr. Gardner says you should try doing the same. In the end, he says, drug costs vary from one provider to the next. Dr. Gardner gave an example of a medication he needed for one of his own children.
In one insurance plan I had, the monthly cost for that drug was $95. Then I moved. The new insurance, it was $995. Same exact drug, same exact company, two different insurance companies.
The good news is most people won't need to see a doctor. The ones truly at risk are seniors and children. But before you head out the door, Dr. Gardner suggests picking up the phone.
I think it's always reasonable to contact your health professional, even if it's by phone, and describe what's going on.
As for Cheryl, she admits she's still walking around the house barefoot, but she's keeping an eye out.
I do look down, absolutely.
For Contact 13, I'm Tricia Kean.